part of what makes this chapter so challenging is the language. We've talked about expressions, we've talked about equations, and we've talked about evaluating expressions. Now we're going to talk about writing equations. That sounds fancy, but it can mean something as simple as this. If I'm going to write an equation to find this unknown, here's the story that goes along with my pretty picture. I have 3 apples. I picked 4 more green apples. So how many apples do I have altogether? Let me write an equation that shows that. I have 3 apples. I picked, I think I said 4 more. Let's make that 4 then. 4 more, and we're talking about more. That means I'm going to make the number go up. So what does that equal? I just wrote an equation for that. 3 plus 4, 3 red apples plus 4 green apples equals M. I just put M for my unknown. We've talked about that. Boxy poo, blank, or a variable of the letter M. So now I'm going to solve that. 3 plus 4 equals 7. I just wrote an equation to go along with that picture. What we're going to be practicing is writing equations to go along with words. And if you'll notice at the bottom here, I definitely put up a bunch of words. I always hesitate with this because I really want you to visualize when you are, when we do word problems, when we put words in our math, I want you to picture what's happening with the words. But there are some words that can give you some clues as to what's happening. You have a list in your math folder of clue words. Here are just a few of them. If you see the word to find the sum, or more, or in all, or total, they're cluing you in that you need to add. If you see the words difference, or less than, fewer, if you're comparing, you are subtracting. Multiplication, if you see the words product, factor, product, times as many, twice, in each is a key word for multiplication and division. Then you're going to multiply. For division, it's a quotient, divide, half, in equal groups. They may say each for that one as well. Another hint that you can use, think about which number or which operations make numbers get bigger. If you're going to end up with more of something, if it just makes sense that the number is going to grow, then you're either adding or multiplying. If you're going to end up with a smaller amount than you started with, then you are subtracting or you're dividing. You want to make sure that you kind of get those ideas so you can get the operation that you're putting in correct. You have to make sure that you match your operation and your words. That's what writing equations, that's the big challenge. So we are going to be practicing that a lot this week, which means lots and lots of words in our math. You're going to be looking for clue words, you're going to be visualizing, and you're going to be using all those things you know about all 4 operations to be able to write equations and solve them. We're going to practice.